In this video I'll be doing some maintenance with a fuel filter and clutch slave cylinder, some upgrades with a fuel pump relay system and upgraded fuel pump, some chassis mods with some extra bracing, and some shiny bits for the interior. So as you can see in the interior, I already have a lot of aluminium and chrome kind of highlights around the place. Things like this Jazda Performance gear knob, the Panasonic head unit, some little chrome kind of surrounds here. These are from rev limiter on the air vents, Momo Futura steering wheel, and then the rev limiter gauges. So I thought I'd just add to that a little bit. So what I have is some Jazda Performance knobs here for the HVAC system. So these will go on in place of these plastic units here. So this looks to be hollow. So I think this just presses on over the existing one as opposed to replacing it. So it's just a matter of getting this to line up. Get these off, I think you just pull them straight out. They're a pretty tight fit, so I don't really know what the grub screw is for, because it doesn't seem to grip it, but they're definitely not coming off, and look pretty well. So I've decided not to fit these parts. So I've got news. Jazda is for sale. I've been driving for about 20 years now, and I tend to change cars roughly every 6 months or so. But I have kept this car for around 5 years now, so it's been the longest car I've kept by far of any other. I started off by just making some basic modifications, changing out the suspension, putting in bigger brakes, putting in an LSD, things like that. I really learned a lot while working on this car before I started working on this project. Basically, my experience has been limited to, servicing, suspension, brake pads, things like that. But, taking on an engine swap and the Rocketeer project, has been a steep learning curve for me. I never even looked at things like, changing clutches and things like that. So an engine swap was a big deal. Really enjoyable experience. I have had lots of fun experiences with this car, including track days, as well as all the projects and road trips and everything else. But the time has come to part ways. I think I've done everything I wanted to achieve with this car, and it's time to move on to something else. So at the moment I have a daily driver, and I have this insured on a classic insurance policy, and it's a very cheap car to run. Now that it's over 30 years old, in Ireland the tax is only €56 a year, the road tax, and then the insurance is less than €300 for me, with all the modifications declared on this. But that said, I've decided to go back to one car to do everything. So I don't know what that car will be just yet, but I will probably sell my daily driver as well as this, and buy something that's kind of jack of all trades and does everything. So it'll be interesting to see how long it takes to sell, because it's quite an unusual car, and there's not really a market for this type of thing in Ireland. I might look at it advertising in the UK as well for people that might want to import it there, because the cost of buying an MX5 in this condition and doing the Rocketeer modification to it, you know, will be a lot more expensive than what I'm going to be selling the car for. I'm not trying to make a lot of money off it. I'll be losing quite a lot on it, but to be honest, you know, I invested in the experience of the project, and you know, I've got a lot out of it. It's also been the cover car on Retro Classics magazine recently, and it was previously featured before I did the engine swap as well. So, you know, it's been good to me. So what is Jazda? Let me run you through some of the things I've done to this car over the years. I will start with the suspension, which is running on Meister or CRD suspension. Hard to get an image of it here, but it's hiding in there. Fully adjustable for ride height and dampening, which I'll show you now in a second. On the handling front as well, the other modification is the frame rail reinforcements and the butterfly brace, which is hiding under here. So maybe just show you the suspension. I've got some bonnet lifters here just for easier maintenance. So here is the adjustment for the damping, and in the rear it's easily accessible on this side with the spare wheel removed, which I do have over there, and then this one has an extension on it because of this cover for the filler neck, so you can adjust the damping right from here. Aesthetically, the changes are a mohair soft top from a Mark II, so these wear a lot better. They've also got a heated glass windscreen, rear screen I should say. So I'll just really quickly show you the operation. Easy to do with one hand. There is a fiberglass duckbill spoiler on the back. It's not riveted in like a lot of them. It's just siliconed on with adhesive, so probably is removable if you wanted to. The only other aesthetic change addition is the front splitter, which is a copy of a genuine Mazda one. It's made from flexible plastic, so it won't crack or anything like that. And then as part of the Rocketeer conversion, there was a bumper cut done on the rear to allow for the dual exhaust. So basically they normally just have one cut out here, but you just follow that line straight over here to allow for the second exhaust. The engine is obviously the party piece, which is the 3-litre V6, the AJ V6 from the Jaguar S-Type. To keep it cold, you can use the stock radiators, but I upgraded to a Mishimoto unit with a SPAL electric fan. These run off an electric water pump, but the power steering is retained from the previous Mark 1 MX5. The alternator is upgraded to a Mark II MX5 unit, and the idle control valve is also a Mark II MX5 unit. Other than that, not many other changes in the engine bay. All the coolant overflow and washer bottle and everything is kept in the stock locations. I painted the valve covers this Alfa Romeo colour here to match the wheels, which brings me on to these SSR Type X, very light wheels. They're running on Yokohama pretty aggressive tyres, but they actually do pretty well in the wet as well, so not too bad. They're 205 profile front and rear, so very decent grip on it. On the brake side of things, these have been upgraded from the smallest Mark 1 1.6 brakes to the largest brakes you can get on a Mark 1, Mark 2 MX5, which is the Mark 2 Sport. So they're a much larger disc, different set of calipers, and running different pads obviously. Same on the rear, they are running the same Mark 2.5 Sport calipers, discs, pads. Mechanically, the Jaguar engine is mated to the stock Mark 1 gearbox, so it's the 5-speed gearbox. So the prop shaft and the half shafts have been upgraded to Mark 2 units, basically because I had been swapping out the standard open diff to an LSD, so they're all a bit stronger as well. On the interior side, these lovely brown seats are from Mark II MX5, I think it was a Phoenix edition or something like that, and I went with that approach because I wanted to match in with the wood and have a kind of old school look about it. So the wheel itself is Momo Futura. I'll just straighten it up. And I've got rev limiter clocks here, which are kind of modelled on a Porsche design. Along with the wheel, we've got a quick release and a short hub, just so the distance between the indicators isn't too far away, it's still usable. Brown carpets, again from a special edition, a V Special Mark 1. Just tie it all together. I also trimmed the armrest here to add a little bit more padding and match it in with the colour, so that's a kind of faux leather. Another interior change is these kick plates here, again from one of the special edition Roadsters. These are the stock ones, which are just kind of black plastic. Got electric windows. Passenger side one is a little bit slow at the moment, but that's just through lack of use probably. And the other interior modification is a cup holder. This is a 3D printed unit. This cable here is a USB cable for hooking up to the ECU for tuning or checking anything you want it, so that can be hidden away in the glove box if you want it tidier. Panasonic head unit, which is really cool. It's got the level meters and it all lights up when it's working. These are a recent addition just to add some kind of stainless steel touches, aluminium touches, polished rings here, just to tie it all together. It's very black, dark plastic as standard, so it just lifts it. The Jag badge from the S-Type. This handbrake handle was added as well from a special edition MX5. It's currently running a Bluetooth unit here for calls and for streaming your Bluetooth. The speakers in the doors were also upgraded to Alpine units, but to be honest, it's an MX5, it's windy, there's lots of wind noise, tyre noise, engine noise now with the Jaguar engine, so the sound isn't great. The bodywork is in pretty good shape. It's fabulous from a distance, okay up close, is being honest about it. There's little kind of chips around some of the corners and plastics, but they've been touched in and they're not too noticeable. The car was resprayed about 15 years ago, I believe, so it seems to have held up pretty well. Some of the other maintenance that I've made over the years includes getting rust repairs done, which is something that's just part of owning an MX5. So typically where they go is around some of the sill areas here. So there was a large section here cut out just in that general area on both sides and repaired, and then also some arch rust that was cut out here and replaced with fresh metal. It wasn't just layered on top here, hiding away rust. It was all cut out and completely replaced, treated. I have photos of all of that process if the buyer is interested. One other area that had some rust treatment done to it was just down here, and to do it properly they had to remove the seal. The windscreen had some stone chips and things on it at the time, so I had that replaced about 2 years ago, so it's pretty much new. The all-important feature. Nice clocks. Pop-ups. Kept lots and lots of spares here, so I have a full set of coil packs, spare set of coil packs for the Jag engine. I've got all the old clocks, all the old steering hubs. I have the old Momo steering wheel if you were interested in restoring it back. It comes with a load of history. As well as the original owner's manual and the 2 keys that would have came with the car. I've had another third one cut. Just has a slightly different design on it. So that is Jazda. These Mark 1s are really starting to increase in value. This one is an early one, so it's a 1990, and that's a really good thing for the Irish market. You get really cheap road tax. It doesn't matter how big the engine is, you're going to pay €56 per year. If you're in the UK, these early ones are starting to get hard to come by, especially in this kind of condition, let alone the engine swap and all the other modifications. I feel like I'm asking a really reasonable price for this. It's far less than what you would be able to build a car like this for. I've really got a lot out of it and I want the next owner to enjoy it. I'll drop some links down in the description below if you're actually interested in buying it. Please do get in touch. This is an excellent opportunity to own an amazing car.